It's kind of sad, but you actually really don't have any control of your team. Hey, what's up guys? Coach Darren here from Highlight Hoops, making youth basketball simple. And today we're gonna talk about this interesting conundrum of being a youth coach. Now, of course, my channel is about youth basketball, but this applies to literally every sport. You really don't have 100% control over your team because you see, you're relying on so many other people for you to be successful. For example, let's say you have practice every Tuesday night and you have 12 total kids on your team. You're relying on 12 different families to bring their kid to practice every single week. Does it happen? On some teams, yes, the commitment level is high. But on other teams, no, it absolutely does not. The first practice, all 12 kids come because the parents want to make believe that they're committed for the season. Week to week, you might have 3 kids for 2 straight weeks, then you have 6 kids. Oh, it's a holiday. Now only 2 kids come to practice. But then after that, you're gonna get anywhere from 8 to 10 kids at practice, and it's always gonna be a different set of kids. So you can't really build consistency and work on things. And keep in mind, you only have practice 1 time a week. 1 day of practice, and then you go play a game. So if the kids don't come to practice, how can you improve on anything for the games? And keep in mind, if your team doesn't improve from the start to the finish, the parents will hold you accountable, even if they did not bring their kids to practice. How ironic is that? And this leads me to the next thing you're out of control of. Games. If you have a 10-game regular season with games happening on random days and random times, you are hoping and praying that 12 different families have the same schedule and can all bring their kids every single week. Let's say you only really have 1 good ball handler, and for 3 of your games, that 1 good ball handler doesn't come. Now your team is kind of screwed, and that's like a guaranteed loss, especially if the other team starts pressing. All of those factors are really out of your control. Another thing, since we were talking about commitment, you could have a team, especially this applies for the older kids, where the talent level is there, but basketball is really like their 3rd or 2nd main sport. They might be lacrosse players, baseball players, soccer players, they could be football players. So yeah, they may be showing up to games and showing up to practices, but are they really practicing in their free time to get better? No, not really. And this really hurts you, especially if you only have 1 practice a week. Now fast forward to the games. A lot of people think that coaches have the ultimate power and they could just move their hand and change the outcome of the entire game. Well, newsflash, when you're actually on the sideline coaching, it's like the most boring time ever. There's really not much you can do. You can make a little adjustment there, change the defense, call out a play, but you're relying on your players to execute. If your players don't execute, you look bad and your team is probably not gonna win. Just picture this. You can run the perfect play 10 straight times in a row that gets 10 wide open layups. But if your team misses all 10 of those layups, what can you do? Are you gonna put on a jersey and sub yourself in? I mean, sometimes I wish I could do that, but no, it's not realistic. So you're relying on kids who may have had a bad day in school that morning, or whose boyfriend or girlfriend just broke up with them, or who got yelled at by their parents right before the game, lost a dog, lost a cat. These kids have a lot of emotions going on. Now you're asking them on a Wednesday night, hey little Johnny, hey little Susie, I need you to score 20 points. It's just not gonna happen every single day. And then in the games, you're also relying on the referees. So your team could actually be playing the perfect game, but if the referee sees it in a different way, boom, foul, boom, foul. Now your 3 best players are on the bench and now your team has to adjust. And this is why you see a lot of coaches screaming at referees, because when you're on the sideline, there's not much you can do. You're like praying that the referee gives you some good calls. You're praying that the kids actually make their shots and execute. And especially on game days, you're praying that the kids even show up. Like 30 minutes before the game starts, a kid could get sick, they could twist their ankle because they're coming from their middle school football practice earlier in the day. The parents could catch a flat tire. There's just a whole assortment of things that can and will go wrong in your youth season. But because everybody's used to watching high school, college, and professional sports, they're just used to seeing the coach have all this control and all this power. Unfortunately, it's not like that for youth sports, so you're gonna have to adjust, because when things go really well, you're gonna get praised, and when things go really bad, well, you're gonna get all the blame. That's why it's really important to not ride the waves of emotion. If things are going great in the up and up, you just stay even keel and you stay professional. If things are going really bad, you stay even keel and you just stay professional. Stay professional, stay positive, hold people accountable, whether that's the kids or the parents, and don't get emotional about what's happening, because sometimes it feels like all these outside forces are directly attacking you, your character, and your coaching ability. But don't take it personal. It's just everybody else has different lives, they're doing different things, and unfortunately sometimes it just always doesn't work out when they're on your team. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Also, please like and subscribe and check out our website, highlighthoopsusa.com. Coach Darren out. Peace.